You're tuned into Human by AI with Ashish Garg. Real, unscripted conversations about how humans and AI are shaping the future of community finance. Grab your favorite drink and let's dive in.
Welcome back to another episode of my podcast, Human by AI. And believe it or not, we're currently dialing in from Dubai, the famous city of Dubai in the United Arab Emirates. And I have somebody very, very special here. Jared, welcome to Dubai.
Glad to be here. Thank you.
Is it the first time, sir, in Dubai?
It is. Yeah. It's been awesome.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? And what do you think about Dubai as a city?
It's the glam. It's the lights. It's everything. It's like a modern upscale Vegas, I think.
Yes. Upscale Vegas, which is very clean.
Yeah, very clean. Yeah.
And lots of ethnic food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
For me, I'm a foodie, Jared. So I've really been enjoying all the Arabic food. Of course, there's tremendous amount of Indian food also over here.
It's been great.
Okay. Wonderful. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And today again, as we always discuss with the audience, Human by AI. So let's get into that a little bit. Jared, for my audience, can you tell us a little bit more about you? Where do you live? Where do you grow up? And what do you do?
Yeah, for sure. So I grew up in a very small town in Alabama. 5,000 people, maybe 6,000 people. So really, really small town, born and raised there. Had the opportunity to actually work for a credit union when I was 16 years old.
Wow.
So started as a part-time teller, worked there all throughout high school and college and grad school, and worked there about 10 years before going on to be a CEO of a credit union at a pretty young age. And so this is all I've ever done. So I started OnPath during COVID 2020. And the credit union, like so many others, was really struggling.
Yeah.
So I was sort of hired to be the cleanup guy, really, and ended up just absolutely falling in love with the culture, the people at OnPath. And so we sort of did a turnaround and then exploded. We've grown 314% in 5 years.
Wow.
Which is tremendous. Yeah. So we were about $350 million credit union in 2020, and we're a $1.2 billion credit union today.
What?
Which it's been a fun ride.
So the topic here, of course, is AI. Of course, everybody's talking about AI. There's a lot of hearsay, a lot of extreme perspectives. But I'll start it easy, Jared. In your personal life,
Yeah.
do you use AI by any chance?
Yeah, I would say I'm a very basic AI user. I mean, ChatGPT is my new Google.
Yeah.
But I've started to get more advanced in my prompts, telling ChatGPT more specifically what I want. And it actually helped me book my flight here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I said, pick the best route, the best price, do this, do that. And it did. And so it's getting there. But I'm probably a basic AI user.
Yeah, same for me. Like on my home screen on my phone, I deleted a couple of apps, put ChatGPT, and my company we have Google Gemini.
Yeah.
And my favorite thing is asking a prompt cook here, and the same thing here, and then completing the result. Yeah, the sequences. And of course, Jared, one of my things, I love food, I love nightlife. So I've been using ChatGPT and Google Gemini to recommend Bollywood nightclubs in Dubai.
There you go. I actually had ChatGPT build me an itinerary for this trip.
It did?
And it was spot on.
I see.
Yeah.
So you've been following that and doing the tours.
Yeah.
Was Burj Khalifa on that itinerary?
It was.
I see.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, the tallest building in the whole world. Okay. So it seems like you're a basic user, but getting better.
Yeah.
And at a very, very high level for audience, Jared, would you consider yourself a skeptic, a believer, somewhere else in between?
I think I'm a believer. I don't use it as much personally as probably I should, and other people are, but I don't think it's going anywhere. I mean, it's here to stay. It's the next revolution, right? It is the future. So I think it's here to stay.
Yeah. So let's switch from personal lives a little bit and let's talk about the credit union.
Yeah.
You're the CEO of a credit union that's going very, very rapidly. I'm sure there's a lot to be done, a lot to be grateful about. How about from a credit union perspective, Jared? Where sort of do you feel you're in the AI journey in your credit union?
I think we're in the crawl phase. My head of IT always talks about this, crawl, walk, run. We're definitely crawling right now. We're ahead of some, but behind some as well. And so we have a lot of work to do in that regard because of the rapid growth of OnPath over the last 5 years.
Yeah.
It always seems like we're behind. We're always trying to implement systems, integrate systems. And so we have a little bit of work to do. But we are using it in certain areas. I'll give you a couple of examples. I know on the IT security side, I'm going to get all of these acronyms wrong, but my head of IT is really good about security, cybersecurity, and using some AI tools to detect possible breaches or different things. And that's worked out really well for us. We just had a external test not too long ago and got a glowing report. So we've also used it on the collection side. I was mentioning that our team uses Akuvo that you're familiar with. And I have a great vice president of collections, and she was part of their beta test group. And it's actually learning to predict a delinquent account before it goes delinquent.
Oh, wow.
So she's been beta testing that for us with some great success. And so we are dipping our toes slowly. We were using some bots before, but it really wasn't AI. It was just do this, do that.
Exactly.
So now we're trying to take the next evolution of that for some process improvement.
Yeah, I love the delinquency example that he used. I'm imagining, right, if you're able to predict when people are about to go delinquent, perhaps you can act faster.
I think maybe you can do more of a warm message. I say, hey, here's the resources that OnPath has.
Yeah.
If you need counseling, if you need help, or if you want to skip a payment with this program, to try to get to them before trouble happens.
Yes.
But it would be a warm message, not, hey, pay me, but something about, here's the resources we have to help you.
Yeah. Almost like an advanced warning system.
Yeah.
That people could utilize in their personal life.
Still in beta, so stay tuned.
Yeah. Okay, that's very, very good to know. I also love sort of the way you spoke about sort of crawl, walk, and run. And of course, you're a CEO, you're a board of directors. Now, when you talk about AI to your board, Jared, are they nervous? Are they excited? What's the dynamic there from a board perspective?
Yeah, I think it's a mixed bag. We are fortunate that we have a diverse board, young, old, all different backgrounds and expertise. Some are very excited about it. They use it a lot in their personal lives. Some have never probably ever used even ChatGPT or the similar. And so it's kind of a mixed bag. They're terrified to some extent about the security or about what information could be out there that, we're sharing with some unknown source. But they also acknowledge that it's the future and it is going to change how everyone does business.
Yeah.
And we have to figure it out if we're going to remain relevant.
Yeah, I'll just give my example of my own company, L3P. We did an acquisition of a young startup 3 years ago. We started building AI technology for the credit union movement. But for better or worse, we did not apply AI to our own usage. That's ironical. So last year, my board came to me and said, Ashish, we would like a written plan from you as a CEO where all I even apply AI. What are some of the efficiency gains you think you can have? Not just that, they gave me some resources, like connecting me to some other CEOs. And then what I did, Jared, is I created like a task force led by my co-founder. We went department by department. And here's the fascinating thing. What we learned through the task force that our employees were already using AI in their jobs through these free tools out there.
Yeah.
We just didn't know about it.
Yeah. So now you need to put it together,
Exactly.
get synergies.
Get some synergies. We got them official licenses. We sort of signed up for official
Being
tools.
secure.
Exactly. And then, of course, we did some training, etc., but not putting data, etc., like confidential data.
Yeah.
Right.
I bet that's happening at OnPath too. I bet certain individuals are using tools, maybe unsanctioned tools.
Yeah.
That we need to go discover.
And this is what I've learned, like, people have a job to be done and they'll try and figure out the easiest path to getting it done quickly.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is smart.
Yeah. It's very, very smart. So let's touch upon a couple of sort of tricky topics.
All right.
Right. And if you go to LinkedIn, you watch sort of social media, there's a lot of hearsay about that. Listen, AI is after everybody's job. Right. A lot of people talking about that ahead, that, hey, there's an industrial revolution and IT revolution. Now it's really this revolution, intelligence revolution, for the lack of better words. And as I talk to people, Jared, there seems to be a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt, FUD.
Yeah.
And what will AI do?
Yeah.
And in the era of AI, what is it that humans will do?
Right.
So, sir, as a CEO of one of the fastest growing credit unions in America, what's your take on this?
Sure. So, I look at this as any other evolution we've had in the modern era, right? The dot-com boom or ATMs for that matter. I mean, I'm sure 50, 60 years ago when ATMs became widely popular, bank tellers might thought, gosh, what's going to happen to me? This machine's going to take my job. It didn't. The job evolved, the job changed and molded into something else. At OnPath, we've gone full on with core integrated ITMs in all of our branches.
I see.
Virtual tellers and, self-assist and all those things. It hasn't eliminated the branch staff's job. It just changed the job. Now they're more of an advisor. They're more of, how do I make your life better? How do I progress the relationship to the next level? So I see AI the same way. Will people's cheese get moved? Yes, I think it will. Will certain jobs no longer be necessary? I think, yes, that's true as well. But new jobs will be necessary. And I think, especially the younger generations leaning into that and figuring out the best path for future jobs and even current employees and current generations that are already working, staying sharp on their skills and leaning into, how they can learn to use these tools to be better at their job. I think that's what it's going to be. But, it's human to be fearful.
Yeah.
Right. And so I think that's natural. But I think it's just going to evolve into different jobs.
So for our audience, Jared, let's say even from a credit union perspective, can you give us examples of maybe a couple of jobs that are so human that it's difficult for AI to completely take them over?
Yeah. Especially in the South where we are, and especially in New Orleans, it is a very relationship focused area. And I think a lot of areas are. But I think of mortgage. We're a big believer in creating first-time home buyers at OnPath. We feel really strongly about that. We think it helps create generational wealth in families, and that's one of our core tenets. I don't believe that AI will ever be able to mimic a one-on-one, heartfelt conversation with that first-time home buyer and all the many questions they may have or all the counseling they may need to get them where they need to go. Sure, ChatGPT could probably give them some bullet points, but nothing takes the fear out of a transaction like an experienced mortgage banker, holding their hand, walking through the process step by step. So I don't think those relationship type jobs will go away. Now, how they do their jobs, the tools in which they use, or the processing of those things, I think that will change.
How about on the member service side?
Yeah. I think branches are still really relevant. Credit unions and banks have debated this for, I feels like forever, 20, 30 years. Are branches necessary? Oh, branches are necessary. And now you're seeing Bank of America and Chase adding branches back in droves. The data still says that people want to bank with an organization within 2 to 3 miles of their home, even if they never step foot in the branch. But it's the whole idea, if something happens, if I need something or something happens on my account, I know they're there. I can go talk to them. So I do think there's still this sentiment that when something's really serious, I don't want to do it over the phone.
Yeah.
I want to go see a human,
Yes.
eye to eye, face to face. And so I think that, the branches are probably here to stay. Again, maybe they won't be cashing checks or, processing teller work, or maybe the whole account process or loan process becomes instant and they can just have a great relationship, with their members. So I think it's here to stay.
Yeah. And on that front, Jared, I've done a lot of thinking about this. Like Amazon, if you think about it, has revolutionized shopping, right?
Yeah.
So I ask a lot of people, will you ever buy a car on Amazon?
Well, never say never, I guess.
Yeah. Or will you buy a home on Amazon?
Yeah.
Like it's like without seeing the home.
Gosh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Do I think a younger generation would? Yeah, probably. I don't know if I could do that. It might take a while.
Yeah. But what I realized is that for us humans, the moment the number of dollars involved are higher and higher, we need the comfort of another human. Do you agree with that?
We need that, that feeling of reassurance. Like this is the right thing. I haven't messed up anything.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
And definitely a lot of this is sort of emotional, or you learn it from your family. So I think this is one area where I really feel the whole emotional connection with people.
Yeah. But I think the power of AI could be that it will allow the staff that you do have in those member-facing jobs to focus more fully on the member and that relationship and the emotional connection versus all the process, administrative work.
Correct. Like the paperwork and the steps and this and that. And I was watching a panel earlier this morning, and your colleague Thomas was on the panel, and one of the things he was also discussing is, hey, while these conversations are going on, just like the app you downloaded, Plaid, these had, can AI listen to those conversations between humans? And then can AI recommend things that the human may have forgotten?
Yeah. Plod does that.
Oh, it does?
You got to check it out.
I see. Yeah. That's wonderful to hear. Wonderful to hear. Okay. But thank you so much, Jared. We really, really appreciate your time.
Glad to be.
I'm thrilled to hear you're having a wonderful time in Dubai.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Keep crawling, sir, and soon it'll be
Yes, sir. Will do. Thank you.